Hello and welcome back to more Dwarf Fortress. And before we start actually doing things and try to do the things we need to do, we, or rather I, the royal we, ask that you like the video, because that would be super awesome and nice if you did. But the choice is yours, so let's see what we can do to defend this entrance. Because that's sort of what I need to do. Like, I have opened up the cavern. Finally, I have opened up and braved the depths of the cavern layer, which I think is my first cavern layer out of, I think, 3 in total. Anyway, it is, as far as I know, the first one. And we need to sort of defend this. Now, how can you defend? Well, we go into the squads menu and tick the box for the squad we have. And we go to the shield. We can say that they will patrol, like we can assign a patrol order, we can assign a burrow defense order, we can assign a training order and station order. We can assign a few different orders, but those are direct orders. Once those are complete, we would need to manually have to assign them again. We don't really want to do that over and over and over again. It's a lot more it's more time efficient if it's like a passive standing order, which will also give us a bit more fine control in like how many are going to guard the entrance. Do we need all 10 in the squad, or can we maybe possibly just use 1 or 2? So let's go in and do what we need to do first for this to be possible. Now, what we need to do first is go and click on this down here. Establish burrows to organize work and living spaces in larger fortresses. Burrows. Burrows are work and living areas where citizens can be assigned. Workers will try to limit their tasks to the confines of the burrow, but they will sometimes form paths which pass through other areas. So they're not strictly confined, but they are still limited to where they can be. Burrows can be suspended and unsuspended freely. When a burrow is suspended, assigned citizens will ignore it. It can be useful to assign all of your civilians to a safe emergency burrow, which you activate in case of intruders, which is a good thing to take note of, that you can actually do that. You can have a burrow in a safe place and assign everyone there, which you activate in a case of emergency. But we want to add a new burrow, which is going to be basically this area and this area alone. And we need to assign symbol and such. Let's use the shield for defense, such as in protect sort of aspect, and then do something like, yeah, that. Doesn't matter. It's just so we can if we have more than one burrow, can easily see which one is which. So we will accept cavern entrance defense, or rather def, for it to. And we don't really want to assign anything. We don't really want to do anything. I just untick that just in case. I don't think I really need to do that even. But yeah, it's basically just assigning an area like this where, and I did that just so I did this just so in case intruders actually get past the door, they can actually defend this. Though, on the other hand, if they get down here, like if they get past this door, it's better to do better to lock that door and wait for them to come back out again. Yeah, let's do that. And so this is basically the area, the burrow that we have set to be the cavern entrance defense area. So if we then go back into the squad and go to schedule, here we have a fair chunk of things we can adjust. We can see the monthly schedule, the different months, and which month is the current one, so on and so forth. So we will add a routine. If I remember correctly, I don't think that's... We go in into ready. I need to add, it is cavern, guard, so if we go in, all right, I didn't. Cavern guards. Done. There we go. I'm going to edit and say minimum number of soldiers to follow new order 2, and say Having guards. Whatever. And like that. And we have said, basically what we have said here is, okay, this order is going to be, it's going to be called the Cavern Guards, and it's going to apply for the whole squad. And we could, technically speaking, assign just a specific dwarf, but I want this to be like a bit more, what do you call it? Flexible, where anyone that has time over will do this. So out of the 10 dwarves, any of those 10 that has time this month will stand on guard, and like everyone else will be free to do whatever they need to do. And equip, you could say that they keep their equipment on at all times, or that when they are under an order, like, or only when an order is active, which is sort of what I want in this case, especially for the guards. If they are on duty and have guard duty, I want them to be geared up. If they're not on duty for guard and guarding the entrance, they don't need to be. And they will sleep in the rooms at will. Could be at barracks at will, at need. But I think sleep at room at will, in room at will. That I don't think matters that much. And then we need to go down here, at the bottom of this, and select what they are actually going to do. Are we going to assign a station order? Sign at station order, the soldiers will stand near the point selected and engage any hostile creatures that come near. Or is it a patrol? Or is it like a defense order where in this area patrol and attack anything hostile? It's like, what do we want them to do? And I want to do the shield one. And now we need to select the burrow to defend, which we defined in the beginning and painted out, which is this one here. We select that and confirm. So at least 2 will defend this. Will defend this place now. So we are done editing. And if we go in view here, and we need to click on that for that to be like active. So this squad will now do the guarding of this entrance. And they should equip themselves and do everything they need to do that job. So if we see, and now since we have opened up the cavern, all of these monster slaying inhabitants or guests will now go into the cavern and actually hunt anything that they come across. So that should be working now. Now it's not necessarily like guaranteed to work. I'm going to have to try and be as careful as possible, because some things might work, but I haven't really done this before, so I don't know if it will. Which sadly is the biggest issue here, is I don't know. Like, it could work as I wanted to, exactly as I wanted to, but it also could be the case that it's not going to. So yeah, I will have to be a bit careful. The reason why I'm putting down floor here is because I want to put down some walls and stuff. This is just me preparing for the future, basically. Collect webs. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Okay, so he's defending the cavern entrance. That's... yeah. Yeah, so here we can see this this person is now standing around in that burrow we made to like standing guard here, basically, and waiting for anything hostile to enter the burrow, and will engage if something enters. And hopefully we at least have one there all the time. Hopefully. Not sure exactly how it's going to go, but yeah, as you can see here, a troglodyte came into this place here, and they attacked. Now they did get attacked, so they would need to go to the infirmary, like the hospital, which I think is exactly what they are going to do. So let's follow. I hope. Yep, exactly. Diagnose. Yeah, so that is working perfectly. Good. Yeah, that's working very well. And we have the monster slayers here, so that's fine. And yeah, yep. That's also the reason why I wanted to have uh, 2 people guarding at all times. Because one might get injured, and if that's the case, you would need to you would need you would need some leeway in the like order for the squad, so not everyone is injured all the time at the same time. But yeah, that is working, I think, better than I expected. And thanks to the monster slayers, it is actually a bit easier than it would be otherwise. And the person, or the dwarf, is back in action. Yeah. Yeah, that is working very well. Now, how are you moving here? Yeah, it's a path and a half. This is also another reason why I wanted to have the entrance where I have it, so it's easy to move around, because I am going to block this off. So yeah, that's another reason why I didn't want this to be the entrance, because it's going to be a bit messy if this is the entrance, to be honest. And there is another troglodyte. Yeah. Now, what is the weapon? It looks like a pickaxe, but it's not. They have a silver warhammer, so everything is fine. Okay, good. Yeah, it's a silver warhammer. Yeah, yep. So, this needs to be expanded a bit. Just a little bit of extra space. That's fine. Okay, so there's a floor. Resume. Yeah, as you could see there, this floor, like this floor tile down here, was suspended. So sometimes you will need to go through and like fix that and resume construction. And saving world information. Saving adventure data. There we go. And yeah. Yeah, and this is basically what you need, as far as I know, is, and from what I can see, the easiest way of like dealing with anything that might want to go into your fortress, which may or may not be like hostile, but like more on the annoying side. It's not technically speaking an enemy, but it's considered an hostile, so basically defending against anything that may or may not become an issue later on. And for how it is for me at the moment, all of the things which I am facing is like probably one of like the mildest you can come in, like expect in terms of like combat and stuff, because I don't have any werebeasts, I don't have like vampires or necromancers or any like stuff coming for me, so. But that's also why I wanted to learn these things, because once you start playing with those things, even if you have a squad, does not necessarily mean that you're like safe. It may not actually mean that you're safe, like at all. So that's why I felt that, yeah, I might want to learn these before we start mixing in the deadlier stuff. Resume. You know what? Let's remove that. This is slowly getting done. Crafted wealth is going up. Now, if we go in, I think the easiest way, once you shoot bolts or arrows, they all get forbidden. And the easiest way of going through and unforbid that I have found is to click on stocks and go on ammunition and basically go through this list and untoggle all of these that is forbidden to be allowed. And all of the arrows, no matter where they are, you will allow them to be collected. So you don't actually have to see it, because finding where the arrows have been shot can be hard. So that's basically, I think, the biggest thing about like bolts and ammunition and stuff, and so you don't just produce and produce and produce when you can collect the ones that you have shot. You won't get back all of the bolts that you shoot, but you will get back some, which is also another reason why I don't really go for metal bolts, because they are expensive, and I think they do more damage, but I don't think it's that much more that it matters that much. Anyway, regardless, we will see what we can do with the farm, which we need to get up and running here in the next episode. So I think we will round off here. It has been a good concentration of how do you set up the squad, how do you like actually get the squad to do what you want them to do, and so on. Now, if you go in and go to schedule and stuff, you could go in and create more conditions, like in that they should train and stuff like that as well. So it's not like you have to use one squad for like one thing only. You could mix and match that. Oh yeah, we should have this as well. Should be some training like mixed in and so on and so forth. You can mix and match and do a lot of stuff. For now though, the thing I want mostly is just I want some guards, like have some dwarves staying put here and guarding the entrance to my fort from the cavern. So that's why I'm not so fussed about them doing anything else, but rather just focus on the defense of the entrance in and out of the fortress into the cavern. But on screen, you should be able to now see YouTube recommendation, quick access to subscribe button, and a quick access to the playlist for this series. So, next up, we will see what we can do with the farming in the cavern and get that up and running. But for now, thanks for watching. Goodbye, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.